I'd like to do a tribute to my mother. Mothers are special people in everybody's lives, and whether they're well known or little known, they have a wonderful impact on all of us. And so I'd like to spend a minute talking about mine. Her name was Elaine, and she was born on December 25th, 1949. And she grew up in Ohio and was the oldest of 5 children with 2 brothers and 2 sisters. When she grew up, she got married to Ralph DeYoung and moved to Albuquerque. And there she had me and my brother. And then she ended up getting divorced and moved to rural New Mexico. And she met my stepdad, Charles Wetterer. And so she died on January 6, 1999. She was able to die in her own home. That was in a real peaceful way. Some of her interests and accomplishments were, first and foremost, is she was a horse lover, and she was constantly drawing them and working with them, and she always had a horse or 2 the whole time I was growing up, and until the day she died. She had horses and was constantly working with them and riding with them and drawing them, and she just loved everything about them. The other thing is she really appreciated art, and she loved to draw, and she not only liked doing art herself, she really had a sincere appreciation and instilled that in me and my brother and anybody she could get a hold of to really appreciate artwork. And so I actually have a couple of visual aids of 2 of my most prized possessions. This is an original artwork that my mom did in pen and ink, and it's of course, a horse. It was a foal that my aunt had, and she actually took a picture and then got pen and ink and drew in all the shadows and everything. And then the other thing that she really loved was Native American art. And so all of these are actual membranous designs. And then she also framed it with special matting that she did. She was very detail oriented and liked to make sure that everything was perfect. There's one more picture that I'd like to show you. That picture she did quite a few years ago, but this one she did right before she passed away. And it's the only picture she's ever left in pencil. She usually did them in pencil first and then put the pen and ink on them. But this is my most prized possession. The other thing that she worked with with art was she did macrame and photos. In fact, the sunflower behind me, this side, is one of the photos that she did. And of course, there's a lot of pictures of horses because, again, she loved horses more than anything. She also did some pen and most of her artwork was pen and ink, but she also did some feather work, macrame. Of course, matting the pictures, not only that she did, but that she did a lot of matting work for other people that had other artists that they wanted to display. And of course her photography, she loved to take pictures of, you guessed it, horses and everything else. One thing that she was really, another thing that she learned, helped us appreciate growing up, and to anybody that she would talk to, she was very passionate about humanity, and she was very concerned about the way the Native Americans were treated, and was she felt things very deeply, and so the pain that they went through, like Sitting Bull and the Navajos and other tribes that suffered at the hand of the white men, she felt very deeply for them and felt bad for that. She also was very passionate about the environment, and her main thing was to pick up trash. She thought it scarred the landscape, and so whenever we went anywhere, we never left trash or we'd get in big trouble. And that's something that I've instilled in my own children, and they actually make fun of it. Even friends that go on hikes with me and stuff, they say, don't throw your gum wrapper, Carmen's going to get mad at you. So that's something that she passed on to us. She also loved unspoiled nature and trees. She loved to plant trees, and she really appreciated trees. She liked taking pictures of them too. So, and the other thing is she was really worried about, she was really passionate about society's problems. Like, I remember one thing was overpopulation really concerned her as we were growing up. And, you know, she was just real concerned about it. And also, I remember we actually had a picture of an Ethiopian child that had that was hungry, and I haven't seen them in a long time, but there used to be pictures of them where their stomach was extended because of being too hungry, and she actually made us, you know, she had that for us to see so that we would appreciate what we had, and would do stuff not to cause waste. And the other thing she was really passionate about was her family, and she always made sure that we got together for different occasions, and that we wrote letters to our grandparents and different things like that. So she was really passionate about that. So I just want to, I really miss her, and even though she wasn't a very she wasn't out in the public a lot, she didn't, she mostly worked from home, but she was a wonderful woman, and she made a huge impact on the few people that she did encounter, and she made a big impact on me and my brother and my kids and all of her family. And so just hope that everybody that didn't, I hope that everybody that did see her and meet her was touched by her life. Thanks.